The sons of Russ and Magnus have a 10 millennia history of hate. What story will Mubin and Tak add to that saga today? This is 40K in 40 minutes, Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns. Greetings 40K fans, your host JT the Voice here with a real technical treat for you.
It's a tale as old as time. We're basically having a grudge match.
With Space Wolves, I went to my first ever tournament, and that kind of spearheaded my love and my desire to really be part of this community.
Mubin brings out his Thousand Suns with Magnus at the helm, and Tak fields the Space Wolves with both Murderfang and Bjorn the Fell-handed in an intense matchup of full speed ahead wolves versus warp flaming madness. This is not going to be just a barn burner, but probably the entire farm, half the planet, and maybe even the studio. Today's mission is Scorched Earth. How fitting is that? Each subjective is worth 5 primary points to a maximum of 10 per turn, and an extra 5 should a player burn one by performing an action on it for an entire turn. Should they burn their opponent's home objective, however, it's going to be worth 10 primary to a maximum of 50 primary for the game. Our deployment is Tipping Point. Short home edges with a step deployment, and the mission special rule is swift action. Battle line units that advance or fall back are still eligible to perform an action in that turn. To achieve these goals, Mubin has brought Ahriman with a 5-man Rubik squad, an Exalted Sorcerer on desk, yes you heard me, on desk, an Infernal Master joining his Rubik squad, he's got the Arcane Vortex enhancement, Magnus the Red, of course, gotta have the big man on the table, a Thousand Suns Sorcerer joining a Rubik squad, he's got the Athenian Scrolls, a Thousand Suns Terminator Sorcerer with the Umbrella of a Crystal, 3 squads of 5-man Rubric Marines, all of them with 3 Warp Flamers and Soul Reaper cannons, a squad of Zangors, a second squad of Zangors that are going to start in reserve, a Mutalith Vortex Beast, that's Mr. Pibbles, one of our special named character tier models.
Big shout out to one of our patron members in our special character tier. I have glorious, glorious things planned for Mr. Pibbles.
Some Scarab Occult Terminators starting in reserve, and 2,000 Suns Chaos Spawn. In response, Tak has got a Champions of Russ detachment. He's got Bjorn the Fell-handed, Logan Grimnar on Storm Rider with a 3-man squad of Thunderwolves, a Wolfguard Battle Leader on a Thunderwolf. He's going to join the 6-man Thunderwolf squad. He's got the Frost Weapon enhancement. A Wolfguard Battle Leader on Thunderwolf. He joins the squad that Logan Grimnar is leading. Tak's also got an Assault Intercessor squad, including a special character tier model, Ragnar Flamekist, and he's got another Assault Intercessor squad. Some Assault Intercessors with jump packs are going to start in reserve, a Brutalis Dreadnought, the Hounds of Morkai, an Invictor Tactical Warsuit, a Redemptor Dreadnought, and a 3-man Thunderwolf Cavalry, and a Calexis Assassin. He's got Murderfang. Ooh, I love Murderfang.
Murderfang is, lore-wise, one of my favorite pieces. Murderfang was found on a planet-wrecking house. The Space Wolves looked at him, saw the runes, saw that it was a Space Wolves Dreadnought, but no one could identify him. Murderfang is so rage-fueled that they weren't able to talk to him, calm him down. They actually had to encase him in ice, put him into stasis. Now, when the battle is dire and they need a wrecking ball, they unfreeze Murderfang, send him into the battlefield, and let him do what he does best, which is murder with fangs.
If Murderfang gets in, makes a charge, and Mubin's units are too close together, which, as Thousand Suns, he needs that overlap and the protection of Overwatch, Murderfang could pick up 2, 3, or even 4 units in a single activation. That is something to watch out for in this battle. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Art W. If you're passionate about the Warhammer universe and looking for the best professional miniature painters to bring your figures to life, look no further. Art W Studio is here to make your tabletop dreams come true. We are overjoyed at the quality of work that they've sent us. In fact, both of these armies contain models that Art W has painted for us. We ourselves love to paint, but we often can't paint everything in time for our busy production schedule. So having Art W as a partner in these efforts has been absolutely fantastic. If you're like us and have a vision for what you want on the tabletop, but don't necessarily have the time, consider Art W Studios. Their website allows you to get a quote through an online form, and you can peruse a gallery of their works to get inspired. Be sure to go check them out at the link in the description below and help support them to support us.
Fancy seeing you here again.
I work here. This is a epic battle of misunderstandings. These two hate each other for the wrong reasons. Or the right reasons.
Or the right reasons. I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it.
I'm excited because Space Wolves was actually my first ever tournament army. And Space Wolves is also how I met Nick. And to Space Wolf players, I'm so sorry. There was no time for practice games. We just finished painting the Dreadnoughts. This is my first time playing Champions of Russ and Space Wolves in 10th edition. We'll see how this goes versus you're a veteran of the Thousand Suns.
I've played him a little bit.
Let's roll to see who gets what side.
All right, attacker, defender, tack. Got a 5.
I got a 1.
You know what, tack? I'll let you be the defender.
I would like to take the high ground.
If you think it's gonna help you.
So I'm gonna start with some assault intercessors. They're gonna just hold my home objective here.
Start with a unit of Sangors. The plan with my deployment is to dangle out a few models, set up some very tempting charges for tack so that he moves up, gets into that ideal 12 to 24 inch sweet spot for me.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to hide them all.
Santa and his elves?
Yeah, with deployment here, with the Champions of Russ, I really wanna be on the line. However, the Thousand Suns, especially Magnus, are able to just delete my units. I'm gonna need to be a bit cagey here. Really think about where I can hide, but also stage. Grimnar's probably looking at the back of Murderfang going like, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. You know what? I kind of want Magnus to come this way, so I will put my Brutalis Dreadnought here.
And I'm done.
And you're done.
That's a lot of stuff to chew through.
I'm hoping. Seeing this deployment, would you prefer to go first or second?
Kind of want to go first.
You know what? I think I'm going to need to rely on the resiliency of the Space Wolves and be okay with going second. Lose a couple models because I need you to come out of your hidey hole so I can counterattack because I'm mostly a close combat army.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, after you.
That's a 3.
I just need to roll 2.
No, you rolled 5. You go first.
I'm
tack.
going first.
Good
Let's
luck.
see what happens. Scout moves. But I do want to try to hide my Hounds of Mordecai as best as I can. That is all for my scout moves.
Start of the game, Tack chooses Saga of the Warrior Born for his completed Saga, one of his detachment rules. All of his units will have sustained hits 1 in melee this game. Mubin also has to choose an army ability. He's going to choose Treason of Tzeentch for this turn. He could potentially make a unit's shooting attacks hazardous.
If I can get that Invictor to hurt itself, this is going to just be better for me.
Tack's drawn engaged on all fronts and marked for death.
Magnus, obviously. Vortex Beast, obviously. And then the Infernal Master Squad.
I'm going to Oath of Moment threat Rubik Squad.
Invictor Warsuit advances forward to be within charge range. Tack spending a command point on Relentless Assault. It is now going to be able to shoot and charge. He's really pressing forward.
If I play too deep in my zone the entire game, not gonna win this game. So I think I need to go aggressive.
He is seriously set up for a turn 2 brouhaha. Is that the actual word? Brouhaha?
He's scouted. He's advanced. He spent a command point to advance, shoot, and charge. He really wants to block me off here. In your shooting phase, you are within 24 and visible to Magnus. So he's choosing the Invictor as the target of Treason of Tzeentch, which means all your ranged weapons have the hazardous keyword.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be A-okay with living dangerously. There are 2 Wound Marines, so at this point, they're bolter.
Pew pew.
No, winning on 3s.
He's okay. He's okay. Yes, he is.
We're gonna go with the Incendium. So there's D6 plus 3 shots.
The one in cover dies horribly.
Twin Iron Hill. I'm within 18.
5 3-ups. One takes the damage.
With the Frag Stroke.
They're okay. You have hazard rolls to take first, sir.
So any 1s here, and I take 3 mortal wounds.
Don't do attack. Oh, you just take 3.
Tzeentch and their tricks. That was 3 damage that I did, but I took 3 wounds in return. If I make this charge.
Yeah.
There is a good chance that'll do some effective damage to you. But the more important thing is what it does is it blocks out your ability to get out of that corner. I just need to roll an 11 here.
Oh no, it's failed.
Ready to get shot.
Ready to get shot. That is my turn. I'm gonna just need to rely on the Space Wolf's ability to feel no pain, those psychic attacks and those mortals, and hope for the best.
Engage at all fronts is discarded for a command point. Mark for death is also discarded. Tack's got a command point to Mubin's command point as we head to Mubin's turn 1. Mubin has drawn Cleanse and Extend battle lines.
Extend battle lines, I have a plan for. Cleanse, not this turn.
He's choosing Wrath of the Immaterium. All psychic weapons will gain Devastating. I imagine he's going to keep that pretty much the entire game.
16 Cabal points, and if the Zangors roll me a 4, I get another one. Hey, they gave me one. Let's start the Mubin phase.
With Cleanse and Extend, not the best, but Extend is definitely doable. Not an action kind of army, Mubins, but here we go.
I will absolutely be moving the Athenian Scrolls and friends.
Tack overwatches with the Invictor.
I'm going to overwatch before you move because I don't want you to duck into cover. We are going to start with Incendium.
4 ups. Nope, fail both. Kill one and wound another one.
Frag Storms. How many tries do I get with that one? Needing 6s. I need a 4. That is not a 4. Give you with the Iron Hail. The play-ons, please.
No, they're okay.
Heavy Bolter. And every one of these 6s is good news for me.
No. No, he takes it.
2 dead. That's a good roll. Mr. Pibbles, the Mutalith, moves up. He's going to be able to shoot out and be shot at.
Shooting phase.
5 Cabal points for Mubin. He's down to 12. Temporal Surge, moving the Sorcerer on desk onto that objective.
The next 7 are going from the Athenian Scrolls to Doombolt, the Invictor Warsuit. Come on, big damage. 4 wounds remaining. Well, that didn't work out quite the way I wanted. Let's do some actual shooting now.
Those decimated rubrics now firing into the Invictor.
Start with a Casino Pistol.
Got a 4-up save here. I'm down to 2 wounds remaining,
Hand Flamer as well as the regular Flamer at the same time for number of shots. 6s.
which I'm going to get.
Warp Smite from the Aspiring Sorcerer. 2 shots. Nope.
Got lucky there. That means the Vortex Beast, Mr. Pibbles, has to shoot at the Invictor and not at Logan.
The Exalted Sorcerer on Dusk, he's going to fire into the Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Tack responds with Runic Wards for his last command point. 5 up, feel no pain against that squad.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good.
I now reduce your movement by 2 and your charges by 2.
You shot at me, didn't like it.
Aggressive Hunter move gets him 4 inches closer to the Sorcerer. That's their once per game Blood Surge type movement.
To try to mitigate that movement that I'm going to lose next turn.
We're going to use the Warp Vortex, but we're going to go with the Blast profile on it. Beastie.
Takes him down.
Does he go boom, though?
You know what? Here, the Nick roll. No.
All that's left to shoot is Magnus. Everything into this Thunderwolf.
Devastating Sorcery on Magnus for a single command point. He's going to have full rerolls now to hit and wound. Oh my.
Let's start with his Gaze of Magnus. Greedy.
4 pluses. 5 pluses here. 2 wounds left.
He's okay.
Can he live? No.
No.
Feel no pains.
Feel pain.
1 Storm Shield down.
Zinch's Firestorm.
That one dies. Saves were okay, but now I need to somehow survive 16 mortal wounds. He lives! I blocked one of them. That does kill him. He kills that one.
That pack isn't looking as scary as they were.
Yeah, this guy will live with 1 wound remaining. I've just lost more than half of my cavalry. Man, that was rough.
Mubin has managed to extend battle lines. He discards Cleanse. It's 5-0 for Mubin at the end of a full turn of play. Tack's turn 2 now, and Magnus choosing Impossible Form. He's going to reduce all incoming damage by 1. Tack's drawn Bring It Down and Overwhelming Force.
So these are kill secondaries, which is fantastic because I've already said I want to play aggressive this game. We have Oath the Moment, Mr. Pibbles.
Thunderwolf's pass Battle Shock. He holds 2 primary for a max primary score of 10.
If you're gonna play Thousand Suns, you always need to do this. It makes you have to deal with them.
You're also just clearing a path for your dreadnoughts.
So the way that Mubin has positioned, he is so far back that I need a 10 on dice pretty much anywhere I go.
I know how fast you can move, and I know that you want every opportunity to run in and punch my Thousand Suns in the face.
I rolled an advance with my Critalis. It's a 10 in charge. I don't feel good about that, so I'm just gonna hide them for now. Hope that I can stage and use them later.
Redemptor moving up into a better shooting position. Logan Grimnar's unit now. Oh, horrible advance roll. Tack's got no choice here but to move back deep and hide. He cannot afford to lose that unit now.
Try to zone out some of your Terminators. I don't think they can survive Magnus.
Murderfang gonna murder. Relentless assault and charge after that advance. This is gonna be big.
I predict a lot of murdering is gonna happen. That is all of my regular movement. I do have deep strikes.
Calexis is coming in as well.
I am 9 inches away from your sorcerer. I am behind a wall, so you can't overwatch me if I charge through.
Mubin choosing to rapid ingress the Terminators onto that objective. Having to place his Terminators on his expansion objective is a win for Tack, I think. By pressuring Mubin here with all these advances and pushing forward, he's really forcing Mubin to bring his Terminators in deep into his own zone. And now Tack gets to know where the tools are.
And we go into shooting.
Shooting phase now, spending 2 Cabal points for Weaver of Fates. That's going to allow a reroll of a saving throw within 36 inches of that Athenian Scroll Sorcerer. Bjorn now opening up into the Mutilith Vortex Beast.
He rolls a 6.
Murderfang into the rubrics. Here comes the Stormbolters.
Murderfang now, only a single wound on the rubrics.
Everything from the Redemptor Dreadnought is going to go into the Sorcerer because that is an overwhelming force target. Let's start off with the Plasma. And I will supercharge.
Live.
Weaver of Fates to reroll the save. Still, 3 wounds remaining.
So here comes the Rocket Pod.
Mubin spending a command point on Destined by Fate. That's going to blank one of those failed saves. He's still alive on a single wound.
And then here comes their Stormbolter.
He lives.
Damn it. Making you spend command points though, so I think I'm okay with that.
Hounds of Morkai burning the objective at the bottom of the screen, attempting to scorch some earth. Charge face now. Oh, here we go.
I'm a little scared about this.
Murderfang, he's in.
That's gonna hurt.
Can I do a 9 here? Because if I do a 9 here, he's very dead and I will score overwhelming force.
Huh!
No.
He's safe for now.
For now.
Fight face now, Mubin spends 2 more Cabal points on a Weaver of Fates again to get a rerollable saving throw.
This is what we all wanted to see. Murderfang, Murder Claws.
Murder time.
10 hits from Murderfang into the Mutilith.
I'm going to use my Weaver of Fate ability to reroll one of the failed saves.
Yep.
So he's down to 4 wounds remaining.
It's not dead yet, but the Mutilith fights back. Nothing. Murderfang now using his Murder Maker special rule. Man, saying the murder word is gonna get this video flag. He gets to fight again.
No.
6 more 3 damage wounds.
All the 5s. I believe in you.
And Mr. Pibbles is down.
No, Mr. Pibbles. I will avenge Mr. Pibbles.
Does he blow?
I don't want to. It's a D6. Please don't. Oh, come on!
Oh no!
He explodes.
Manbird goats.
Whoa, 6 dead Zangors.
Moving.
Dice jail.
But he's a 6.
Dice jail. I don't need the 6 right now. Into the rubrics. Oh no!
6 mortals into the Rubric Marines. The Sorcerer's down to a single wound left.
Moving.
Well, that just gave Tack all the overwhelming force. Murderfang.
Okay, would you kindly...
Dude, that's 4 6s in a row.
Murderfang has a feel no pain of 6. He has 4 wounds remaining. But here's the fun part.
Piles into the Sorcerer because it's a full fight phase activation, and the Sorcerer gets to fight him, triggering Murder Maker again.
Do I have to?
You absolutely do. You cannot choose to not choose violence.
All right, fine. Doesn't wound.
You have targeted Murderfang with an attack.
Murdering.
And he's killed the Sorcerer.
That was an eventful murdering, though I don't think Murderfang's long for this world.
Because Murderfang is a character and he has killed a monster, poor old Mr. Pibbles, that is going to trigger Saga of the Beast Slayer. Tack's entire army will have lethal hits in melee now. End of his turn, Tack has scored 5 on Overwhelming Force, 2 on Bring It Down, to give him 7 secondary, taking him up to 17 to Mubin's 5.
Well, payback time.
Mubin Mubin's turn 2 now. He has pulled Sabotage and Bring It Down.
Now my Dreadnoughts are in danger.
Mubin spends a command point on Insane Bravery on the Zangors. He needs to hold that objective to get those Cabal points. Exalted Sorcerer passes his Battle Shock. Mubin holds 2 primary points. That's going to give him 5 each, 10 points on primary, heading on to turn 2.
Cabal point time. 16, maybe 17 if the Manberg goats say so. Hey, they did again!
Sorcerer on desk moves to the building, probably looking to sabotage. Mubin may be being a little too conservative here. Tak has really rolled low in his advance rolls. He could take advantage of that. This is an interesting choice. We'll have to see how this plays out.
So the Zangors and the Spawn will wait for another turn.
Shooting phase now. Mubin spends 5 Cabal points on Temporal Surge. He's down to 12, but that's going to move Ahriman's squad again. He is now in range of the Redemptor Dreadnought. Doombolt! That is 7 Cabal points. He's down to 5 and takes the Brutalis down to 7 wounds remaining.
Cabal shenanigans done. Into shooting. The good old Infernal Master.
Uh-oh.
And we're just gonna murder Murderfang. We're gonna overcharge 2d6. Murder. Reroll a 1.
3 ups.
Soul Reaper Cannon.
2 pluses on the saves.
Yup. You have 4 wounds. You have 7 devastating wounds to save on 6s.
You need 4 sixes. Just 4.
Does he go boom and take a goat with him?
No, came close.
Mubin's got to be breathing a little bit easier now that that absolute murder maker is out of his face.
That's 1 Dreadnought dead.
Ahriman into the Brutalis, and the Soul Reaper from his squad are going to the Redemptor.
I'm gonna start with the Soul Reaper Cannon first. There's Rubrics. Hey, I get a devastating wound.
Oh, Redemptor Dread down to 11 wounds.
Into the Brutalis, single shot. No, time for you to go to jail.
Brutalis is okay. Sorcerer elects the Redemptor to be marked by fate. That's going to get rerolls of 1 against it.
The Terminators are going to split fire for days here.
The Sorcerer and the Terminator all going into the Brutalis. The rest go into the Redemptor.
Terminator shooting into the Redemptor is just going to take his 2 shots first. Far. Nada. The Terminator Sorcerer is going to shoot his Coruscating Flames.
Yes. I'm down to 5 wounds remaining on the Brutalis.
Not enough. Rest of the shots going into the Redemptor now. 2 bolters that are out of rapid fire range. Go!
I'm okay.
Little smite from the other sorcerer. No. Soul Reaper Cannon, last thing shooting into the Redemptor. Can he do it?
I'm okay.
Ooh, when the smoke clears, the Brutalis is at 5, and the Redemptor is still at 11.
Mubin's having a bit of a hard time taking down my Dreadnoughts.
Devastating Sorcery now into the Redemptor Dread.
He is going to unload all his psychic attacks of Gaze of Magnus and Tzeentch's Firestorm into the Redemptor.
Tak with Runic Ward. That's a 5-up Feel No Pain versus psychic attacks. Devastating Sorcery from Magnus into the Redemptor Dread.
I make both.
D6 plus 3 from Tzeentch's Firestorm. And rerolling.
I'm okay. 5-up Feel No Pains here. Huh.
Oh, wow. It's still got 7 wounds left.
Oh, those Runic Ward saves. The Exalted Sorcerer on Dusk is going to sabotage that building.
I'm not sure about this one. It could die pretty easily. He's kind of behind the 8 ball, and I know why he needs to score.
And then we're going to go into the charge phase.
Terminators reach the Brutalis.
That's all my charges. Regular Terminators are all going to fight with their Kopesh. Both the Aspiring Sorcerer and the Terminator Sorcerer are going to bonk him with the sticks. Starting with the Kopesh.
Down to 3.
Bonk sticks.
Full
6.
Full 6.
Boom. Don't go boom.
This is for Nick. No.
Normally, I would probably consolidate into another unit just to tie it up and keep my Exalted Sorcerer safe. That Colexus, though, that thing scares me. We're gonna stay away.
Tak successfully burns an objective, puts him to 15 primary, 22 overall. Movement Sabotage is ongoing. He definitely needs this to go off, but he does score 4 on Bring It Down. That puts him to 19. There's only 3 points in it with 2 rounds in the books.
In my command phase, I'm going to do horrifying things with the Colexus. Insert JT's voice saying rule.
Soulless horror at the start of the command phase. Those Terminators are battle shocked, but the Sorcerer passes.
The one that mattered the most, the Terminators are battle shocked, which means that my Colexus Assassin can kind of move up closer to that Sorcerer, make an easier charge.
Tak secondaries, establish Locus, and secure No Man's Land. Oath of Moment on the Terminators. Battle Shocks, Insane Bravery on the Thunderwolves in the midboard. Tak needs them. Tak's gonna hold 2 primary points, get him 5 points each. That takes him 10 primary, 25 total, 32-19. Colexus Assassin shifts to take a run at the Sorcerer. Bjorn advancing to the midboard.
Shake really hard, hope for the best.
Logan Grimnar squad is coming out to play. Hounds of Morkai advance to a solid staging area.
I do have my last deep strike.
The jump pack intercessors go deep into Mubin's deployment zone.
Then we go into the shooting phase.
Mubin spends 2 cabal points here on Weaver of Fates. He's going to gain a re-rollable saving throw. That's going to be 18 inches away from Magnus.
I'm going to start the party off with the Redemptor Dreadnought. We're going to start with the plasma.
4 up involves. This is where I use a Weaver of Fate.
So dead and dead. Here comes the Stormbolter. 2+, please.
No.
Rock pod, see if I can finish him off. How many tries do I get? Here comes the Flamer. How many tries?
3s. Kill 2.
No! Mubin.
Only 2 remaining.
I cannot make any saves. They're usually a lot tougher than this.
More effective than I thought it would be.
Was not expecting that.
Hazardous.
Do the damage?
Yeah! He's down to 4 wounds remaining.
Colexis Assassin now. The first 2 saves are failed. He's on 2 left.
Next one, 4 up. No, he rolls a 2 this time. Kindly roll a 1.
Sure.
He has a 1 wound left.
Wolfguard Battle Leader Plasma. No effect.
That is it for my shooting. I'm going to establish Locust with the Assault Marines in the back.
Charge phase now. Colexis reaches the Sorcerer. The Redemptor charges the Terminators. Thunderwolves charge the Terminators, getting overwatched by Mubin.
5. The big flamers.
Oh, wow!
What did you just do?
Unholy things.
If you roll like that, then it's goodbye Space Wolves.
Ooh.
Overwatch has burnt the Thunderwolves. It smells like burnt dog in the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that's an Overwatch. If I didn't get that, this would have been game over.
4 attacks here from the Assassin. I hit it on 2s.
This is what I like to call the bad touch attack.
Here comes the bad touch.
Oh look, you killed him.
The Colexis blanks Mubin Sorcerer. See what I did there? Blank.
Well, this is the fun part. I can consolidate to hit him through the wall. Here comes the Redemptor Dreadnought.
Bodyguard are dead. The wizard himself with 1 wound lives. He's just gonna poke the Dreadnought over his shoulder with his staff. Neither.
What a turn for Tack. He's established Locust for 4, secured No Man's Land for 5, takes him to 16 secondary points. He sits at 41 to Mubin's 19, and Mubin holds Sabotage as a dead card.
I was lucky enough to give Mubin a dead draw on that secondary.
Mubin adds Marked for Death to Sabotage. That's going to be the Assault Intercessors, Bjorn and Logan's Thunderwolves. Umbralific Crystal Sorcerer goes back into space. Zangors have failed their Battle Shock. No primary. Oh no.
I'm gonna have 11 Cabal points for this turn.
Looks like Magnus is coming out to play.
I need to start moving out of this deployment zone. I need to start pushing forward.
Ahriman and friends take that objective away from Mubin. Choosing not to move his Battle Shock Zangors, don't blame him.
Reinforcements.
Back into the board comes the Terminator Sorcerer, and he makes his Battle Shock test. Mubin brings in the 10 Zangors he had in reserve back into his home objective. That is not ideal. He needs to score and turn Tack around. Spawn, take position in Tack's deployment zone. I like this play. That is something Tack has to deal with now.
Let's get into shooting phase. Infernal Master is going to spend 5 of my 11 Cabal points, and he's going to just double move forward.
6 Cabal points here on Echoes of the Warp. That's going to reduce a stratagem cost by 1 on Magnus. Oh, this could be good. Ahriman with his once per game ritual. Down goes the Redemptor to a Doom Bolt.
Does it go boom? No.
Ahriman and all his friends are going to roast that Colexis Assassin. 3 regular flamers first.
Oh, the Colexis is dead.
That's 1 headache out of the way. We are going to go with the Infernal Master.
Logan and friends targeted now. Tack using Runic Wards for a 5-up Feel No Pain versus Psychic Attacks.
This is going to make it a little difficult, but if I can at least kill those Thunderwolf Cavalry and the Battle Leader, I've got a Mark for Death. Regular Flamer that was in range.
I'm okay. Okay, so 3.
Hand Flamer. Again.
5+. I'm okay.
Baby Smite time. And
Ignore it on a 5.
Soul Reaper Cannon. 4 is re-rolling.
2.
Overcharging. Infernal Master. Number of shots.
So I'm okay.
And then now you've got the 2 damage each.
Ooh, that's a brutal amount of devastating wounds, but Tak only loses 2 models.
Magnus is gonna go next.
For use of devastating sorcery here, thanks to Echoes of the Warp, Magnus again with full rerolls to hit and wound.
Tzeentch's Firestorm first. Rerolling hits. He's okay.
Feel no pains.
Gaze of Magnus. The 1.
Nice.
Still the unit dies, as well as a battle leader. Just Logan Grimnar left.
Charge phase. Need the 9.
Spawn get an 8 on their charge. Oh, looks like Khorne is messing with Tzeentch.
I normally would just be okay with not re-rolling the charge, but I think I need to do this. I need to take that home objective away from him.
Mubin spending a command reroll. They're in. Zangors charge the jump pack intercessors with an 11. I think he's just trying to keep them from going anywhere. Fight phase now, 2 dead assault intercessors on his home objective.
Member goes.
Oh, there's 1.5 dead jump intercessors.
We're going to try to extract some revenge.
Please don't.
3 attacks from the Thunderhammer.
Hammer time.
All devs.
Oh, wow! The assault intercessors spike hard. The spawn are dead. That is super unfortunate.
So much for getting your home objective.
Then we're going to go with the assault intercessors down below. 3 chain swords first, and then there will be a power fist in there.
Jump intercessors now only manage 4 dead Zangors. Now that's a little bit more accurate, but good grief.
I'm actually a little surprised you're still alive, but you're holding off Tak's unit to just keep my home objective safe and deny Tak the burn.
Mubin does score Mark for Death for 5, takes him up to 24 points, and is discarding Sabotage to go back to a command point. With Tak covering pretty much all of the objectives, Mubin is going to opt for a secret mission here. He's going for command insertion. He needs to take away Tak's home objective and put Magnus on it. That makes a ton of sense.
Looking at the board state, it can only be one thing. Magnus is going to go for a home objective, which completely changes the plan of trying to kill all of his scoring units, and now having to focus on Magnus.
Round 4.
Round 4.
Mubin chooses impossible form for Magnus. He's going to have -1 incoming damage.
Gotta need him to tank some hits.
Tak has pulled no prisoners and defend stronghold.
That means I need to look for other kills. Magnus is my Oath of Moment target.
Which means it's that time of the game where he throws everything at Magnus, and, well, we see what happens.
Only 5 points on primary for Tak. That takes him up to 46 total.
Then I need to try to find a way to mitigate your ability to score primary as well.
2 command points for Mubin, 1 for Tak. Those command points could be the difference.
We've seen how effective the Thousand Suns can be. So one wrong twitch, one wrong move, and the game goes the other way.
Grimnar moving up. That aura of extra command point cost is big time now. Thank goodness Mubin's got 2. Grimnar moves up as well with a 5-inch advance. Tak immediately spends a command point on Relentless Assault. Grimnar is going to be able to shoot and charge now.
I know he's gonna try and bait out Overwatches wherever and whenever he can, but I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna use it at the right moment.
Hounds of Mordkai have moved up. Assault intercessors now. Ragnar, Flamekiss, and friends into the midboard.
I'm just gonna make it so you're not shooting them very easily.
Shoot a clock.
Shoot a clock. The Hounds of Mordkai to Magnus.
Strip 2 wounds off Magnus.
Assault intercessors in the back with the jump packs, and they're gonna fire 3 pistols and the hand flamer pistols.
1 dies.
How many flamer attempts do I get?
1.
Assault intercessors take the Zangors down to 4 remaining.
Bjorn is gonna fire the assault weapons into Magnus here on 2s.
Oh. He's okay.
D6 flamer.
Boosh.
Nothing in it. Grimnar fails to wound Magnus. Assault intercessors start to scorch that midboard objective thanks to swift action. Charge phase now, and it's High King of Fenris time. Reroll charges and hits for every unit in his army. Rerolling Hounds of Mordkai, they are in. Grimnar now, he's reached Magnus.
Yeah, this is it. This is where I'm hitting the go button, spending both my command points. The Infernal Master says, no, leave my Primarch alone.
Moving overwatches, it costs him 2, takes Grimnar down to 5 wounds remaining.
Man, Mubin is really good at this.
Hazard roll for this one, because I am overcharging, and I don't forget. He fails it this time. 3 mortal wounds.
Bjorn is in. He remembers what you did wrong, Magnus, because he was there.
So that is all my charges. I'm predicting I can kill 2 units for no prisoners But Magnus is going to be really hard to pull down.
The Hounds of Morkai have taken out the Zangors on Mubin's home objective. That's huge.
Here comes Bjorn. Woo. Now I'm going to use True Claw, 6 attacks.
Bjorn takes Magnus to 8 wounds left.
Grimnar could do some work here, however, his axe is only strength 8. Here comes the two-handed Axe of Morkai.
Grimnar takes him down to 6.
The wolves want a little bit of action. Teeth and claws, here we go.
Puppies. 3, down to 5. Zangors.
4 pluses.
The Zangors have killed one of Tack's assault intercessors.
8 chainsword attacks.
Yep. Can they live?
Assault intercessors kill the remaining Zangors. That is unfortunate.
Splitting my attacks.
Oh no! Mubin, don't do it!
3 strikes into Grimnar, and then 4 strikes into Bjorn. If this goes all according to plan, like Tzeentch wants, I won't be in combat by the end of this. I believe in Big Red. He's gonna take out at least one of them, and he's gonna critically wound the other one.
I do feel all 3.
Woo!
Let's see if he goes boom. He does not.
Bye-bye, Santa Claus. Magnus, do your thing. Yep. Feel some pain.
Bjorn is on 5 wounds remaining. Oh! With Magnus tied up in the midboard, it's going to be real hard to get to Tack's home objective. End of his turn, Tack does score 4 points on no prisoners. He's at 50 to Mubin's 24. If he can get Magnus to the objective, it's 50-44, and it's just a matter of getting secondaries he can score.
Time for my turn 4.
Mubin draws Area Denial and Overwhelming Force. Battle Shocks all passed. Primary points, 5 for holding one objective.
13 Cabal points this turn.
This is tough. Area Denial, he's got to kill everything in the middle, and Overwhelming Force, killing stuff off of objectives. It's not an easy road, but he's got the tools to do it. He just needs a little bit of dice luck. Terminator Sorcerer backs up. Oh, what's this? Magnus falling back from Bjorn. Not a bad idea.
I have a secret mission. I gotta get to Tack's home objective, and the only way I make that happen is by falling back. Movement's done. Shooting phase.
5 Cabal points, down to 8, moving his Terminator Sorcerer again.
The Terminator Sorcerer is going to spend effectively the rest of my Cabal points, and he's going to Doom Bolt the Hounds Morkai.
There's 3 dead.
Into shooting itself. He's going to shoot his Combi Bolter as well as his Coruscating Flames.
Marking them by fate to get reroll 1s to hit.
Does he survive? No, he does not.
3 shots with Coruscating Flames. Give me the other one. It's another unit that's gone. Okay, this is looking a little promising.
1 sorcerer just took out 5 Marines. That is the power of the Thousand Suns.
Infernal Master squad now. Flamers into the Assault Intercessors in the midboard. Soul Reaper and Infernal Master, as well as the Warp Smite, are going into Bjorn.
3 regular Flamers into the Assault Intercessors.
Let's see if I can roll 5. Force.
Oh no! Ragnar Flamekist has been felled!
Hand Flamer.
Alive with a single wound.
Baby Smite from the Little Wizard. Nothing. Soul Reaper Cannon.
2+. 1 damage from the devastating wound. I'm okay.
It's down to the Infernal Master.
Oh, those 6s. Glimpse of Eternity to flip one of them to a 6.
He only does a single wound. Bjorn the Fell-handed, the eldest, True Claw, the revered one, last from the company of Russ, stands.
Hazard test, Infernal Master. I believe in him. He's okay. I stopped the burning. As much as I want to wipe them out, that's too risky with Bjorn. But the other problem is I didn't kill anything off of objectives.
Come on in, man.
As much as I don't want to, and I want to leave that Overwatch threat alive, I need the Overwhelming Force. I need the big area denial. I gotta charge the Assault Intercessors. It's not Magnus doing it, because he fell back. It's gonna be the Infernal Master and friends. Come on, boys, I believe in you.
He's in with only a 6.
If my Assault Intercessors go down, this is going to be a flip turn. He's going to score massive points. I am going to definitely spend my 1 command point to heroically intervene.
This is where I really need you to roll Snake Eyes.
I want to win this game as much as you do.
No, I want to win more. Don't do it.
He's just in. Ooh, that might save Tack. Mubin's pile-in won't let him pile into those Assault Intercessors, as he has to pile in to the closest available model by model, and maintain coherency.
Which means only 1 rubric gets to punch some assault intercessors. Well, that did not go anyway the way I wanted it to. Unfortunately, I only have one fighting into the assault intercessors. Everyone else is beating up on Bjorn. Assault intercessors.
You might kill the last guy.
No damage to the assault intercessors. Oh no.
We're just gonna go with the Infernal Master next.
4 pluses.
Yep. Feel the pain. Down to 3. Aspiring Sorcerer next. D3.
Feel no pains.
Bjorn is down to a single wound.
2 rubrics that are bonking him with the butts of their weapons. I believe. No, he's alive with a single wound.
That worked out. I feel real bad for Mubin there because that was a desperation play and a play that he had to make for points. I'm going to start with the assault intercessors because I don't want you to remove models in such a way where I can't pile into them.
Assault intercessors clap back. Wow.
3 die.
Here comes Bjorn.
Little wizard. Nope, he's also dead. No, my boys.
At the end of your turn, actually, I've burned that objective.
With Bjorn left on a single wound, that's a character left below half and not destroyed. That actually completes Saga the Bear for Tak. He's gonna get an army-wide 6-up Feel No Pain. Tak Defense Stronghold goes off, and Mubin has both area denial and overwhelming force as dead drops.
Writing is on the wall, but we can't let Magnus walk off this planet. Unfortunately, Mubin, this is mathematically, I don't think you can win. However, this is Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns. Would you mind if I try to kill Magnus?
You can try.
Okay. So going into my turn.
Tak's turn 5 now. He's pulled behind enemy lines in assassination. Oath of Moment on Magnus again. Hounds of Mordecai pass their battle shock test. Bjorn passes, so do the assault. Tak scores 10 points on primary as he holds 2 objectives. Takes him up to 45 points on primary with 23 secondary. That is going to be 68 points to Mubin's 29. Just his Hounds of Mordecai to move.
Into the shooting phase. I'm going to spend 1 command point, and the assault intercessor is going to hug a grenade. Here comes the pineapple surprise.
All right, Tak, let's see if you can bring down Big Red.
He's down to a single wound remaining. Hounds of Mordecai have killed the sorcerer in shooting. Bjorn the Fell-handed has felled Magnus the Red. What a cinematic ending to a fantastic game.
Magnus goes down. Ahriman still remains. He's just going to go back and search for his library card again.
That was a hard-fought battle. My brain hurts.
With that, Tak scores his behind enemy lines in assassination, and Mubin unfortunately has lost this one, but wowie, wow. There were some incredibly tight moments and plays, and stuff really just didn't go his way.
That was probably the most brain-hurting game I've played in a very long time. Your KG play was incredible, so thank you very much. That was
No worries, that was a good game.
Make it an 86-39 victory for your winner of this episode, Tak and the Space Wolves. What an amazing game, gentlemen. That was fraught with peril and extremely well played. Dice tell stories, but scores often don't. Despite a large point differential, this game was anything but a blowout. I have a feeling a re-rack would provide us a different result if the Mutalith doesn't explode and take out half of Mubin's units.
Thank you again to Art W for those beautifully painted Thousand Suns, as well as those Space Wolves.
Their gorgeous painting can be seen on the table here. It made for a real pretty battle.
Make sure to check them out at the link in the description below. They just may be able to help you realize the army of your dreams. And of course, a big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Or if you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it from all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on!